What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. So, shout out to Sha'Carri Richardson. Listen, look, man, throughout the time that she became famous, for, of course, running track and things like that, to me, it seems like she's been in a lot of difficulties and it's been a lot of issues that has been happening in her life. So recently here, of course, a little while ago, she just got caught up with her boyfriend, which, to be honest with you, I thought she was only in the girls. I mean, I didn't know.
What the French toast is
I didn't know.
about?
I didn't know. Because the last person she was dealing with in the open was a chick, if y'all remember that. So, I mean, I didn't know. It is what it is, though. Who cares? But I'm just saying. So we're about to go here now. We're about to check this out because this is crazy that she just unleashed her inner beast on her quote unquote boyfriend, somebody that, you're supposed to have love for and understanding and, all the other little things that everybody want to talk about that's involved in a relationship, whatever. Here we go here now. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Olympic gold medalist and Dallas native Sha'Carri Richardson has been arrested for alleged domestic violence in Washington state. Documents say that she pushed and then threw a pair of headphones at her boyfriend following a heated argument, and that went down at SeaTac International Airport. CBS News Tech.
So, what I'm saying? That's where this is at right now. Let's see. Let's go here now. We're going to cancel that one out. Just wanted to get that little bit in to get a clear understanding. So we are about to go here next and check out the footage, and then we're going to hear what the boyfriend has to say.
Shocking footage shows the moment Olympic gold medalist Sha'Carri Richardson shoves her boyfriend at an airport. It comes following her dramatic domestic violence arrest last month. Video from the Port of Seattle Police Department shows Richardson shoving her partner, fellow sprinter Christian Coleman, following what appears to be an argument. The clip starts with the pair walking through the airport, Coleman ahead of Richardson, with the gold medalist then pulling at his backpack. While the clip contains no audio, the pair can be seen conversing. But as Coleman tries to walk away from the incident, Richardson shoves him behind a pillar as the pair move out of frame. The pair then appear to walk towards the security checkpoint at the airport following the altercation. Port of Seattle police confirmed that Richardson had told officers the argument began after Coleman took her headphones from her, but said that she did not assault him and the argument was purely verbal. Richardson was arrested and charged with fourth-degree assault and spent 18 hours in custody before being released. Earlier this week, Coleman confirmed that he did not press charges and didn't feel there was a need for Richardson to be handcuffed. The couple both took part in the 2025 USA Track and Field Challenge.
Okay, so this is where we at here. So we're going to keep going. And, we're going to hear what he had to say. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard it by now. But see, this is the issue here that we're talking about. When men do egregious things like this, whether behind closed doors or in public, it doesn't matter. When men do things like this, it's all this rhetoric. It's all this, of course, lock him up, things like that. And I get that. Don't get me wrong. Anybody that's out here putting their hands on anybody, especially when you're in a situation and you proclaim to have any type of love or understanding or whatever for the person that you are in a relationship with. I mean, you're not supposed to want to, just degrade them and do them like that. But listen, look, let's see what he had to say here.
It's a subject situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if like she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have like things that she needs to work on for herself, of course. So do I, so do you, like everybody. And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just like extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if like I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at like situations like this to just like, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you could do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and the human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so that's kind of how I look at the situation. And I hate the narrative too. of just like, you know what I'm saying, it's so negative. But like I said, it's just like in the state of Seattle, even talking to the cop or whatever, he was just like, it really was nothing I could do. And just like, I understood. But I mean, like I said, it was just a sucky situation. But she's a human being and a great person. And I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like we've been able to be like really good teammates like all year. And I hate that narrative too because you know, us coming together like we're just two like real dominant personalities. And she's, to me, the best female athlete in the world. Like I see it every day. And like, you know, for me in my process, like I just said, like moving training groups, a whole new environment, a whole new, you know what I'm saying, training setup, different than what I've been in the past, like, you know, 10 years of my, you know, track and field career. And transitioning and then still coming back running 9.8 and feeling like I got so much more to give. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my path, that's my journey, and like being so up close and personal with her every day. And like I watched this girl like fall on the track like in February and walk it off like it was, you know what I'm saying, like a cramp, but get back up and have to take like a month and a half of just like rehab and trying to come back. And then 3 weeks later like have a competition and like, you know what I'm saying, like she just has a lot of things going on and like a lot of emotions and forces going on inside of her that like not only I can understand, but you know, nobody can. Cause she.
So, you know, the justification of the situation is real.
What the French toast is there to think about?
Sorry. But, you know, I mean, let's just keep this honest here. The justification of the situation is real. In any other, if the roles were reversed, she would not be on here talking like this about him. Let's just keep these facts. You know, and the thing of this is I'm sorry, but this has to be said here. If there's going to be any change in women's thought process, as far as, you know, these new age women feeling like they can just put their hands on men, if there's going to be any change, you're going to have to press charges. You're going to have to, you know, follow through with what the system provides for DV. I'm sorry, man. Like, you know, as men in today's society, we are in a dire straits. We're in dire straits as men. We damned if we do, damned if we don't. But at the same time, though, to, you know, to be humiliated in public like this, and, you know, for your so-called woman or girlfriend, whatever, you know, whatever issues she has, stuff like that, that's her issues. She's a grown-ass woman. She needs to fix her shit. She has no right, you know what I'm saying, throwing temper tantrums like 5-year-old children in the middle of public or at home. It don't fucking matter. She need to learn how to control herself. That's highly dangerous. And when you get people that are dangerous like that, it does start to escalate. It will escalate into more and more dangerous situations if she's not checked. She has to be checked. And, you know, when women do things to men, we tend to let a lot of things go. And that's just the reassurance that women can keep doing what the fuck they're doing. That's all that means. If we lack the discipline as men to teach these women that they cannot do this anymore, then they're going to keep doing it. Why wouldn't they? You know, you as a man giving off the, well, I don't give a fuck. She can slap me around and, you know, say, talk to me crazy and, you know, do me any kind of way, how she want to do and things like that. And it's just okay. Nah, that's not okay. That's not okay. And you know what I'm saying? Listen, look, man, God ain't told you not one time that you had to tolerate somebody putting their fucking hands on you, son.
What the French toast is there to think about?
And I'm getting sick of that too, because I'm a preacher's kid. I ain't never read that in the Bible. God ain't never said nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? None of that. Forgiveness ain't, you know what I'm saying? Forgiveness ain't, it's for you. But at the same time, no, too, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to fuck with the person just because you forgive them. Man, I would have left this bitch in jail. Seriously. You playing games like that with me, with my career, all types, he could have got hurt. Ain't no telling. You playing games like that with me because you can't control yourself, I would have left her ass in jail. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? It would have been over with. This is ridiculous, bro. Me ain't got to start having fucking backbones out here. You know what I'm saying? All this for a piece of cooch. You know, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. And it makes no fucking sense. Let's go here now.
is Sha'Carri Richardson? Like, what is up with her? She is going to be her own demise. She's her own worst enemy. So the video just dropped of what led to her arrest in Seattle, where she, assaulted her boyfriend. And the video is just like, it's just such a hard watch. Like, this girl, does not exercise any self control. She is quite literally following her boyfriend as he tries to walk away and pushing him, shoving him in a crowded airport. It's not even like there was no, like, the airport there's hella people in the airport, and she just does not care. It's like, girl, are are you okay? And her putting her hands on him, whether it was crowded or not, is just unacceptable. But it's like, you're literally on your way to attract me. You're in public. Do you not care about your image, your reputation? Like, you have brand deals, you have multi-million-dollar partnerships, and you can lose them all overnight, especially over DV. You could lose everything. And it's just like, we rallied behind her when she missed out on her first Olympics because she was smoking weed. But it's like, girl, do you care? Do you care about your own, future? Do you care about your own career? Because you're not acting like it. She needs to learn how to, give the silent treatment or something. Something. Because that was not it. And it does not matter that she's much smaller than him. Does not matter. He could have knocked her out. He could have defended himself. And then what were people gonna say? Like, it's just unacceptable. And it's just
Right.
like, girl.
And that's the issue right there. Yeah, he could have defended himself. And to be honest with you, though, I get it too. And I'm not saying that in a public place, because he was being smart at that moment to not, allow her to really get to him like that. But it does go to show what's going on behind closed doors, things like that. And also too, when she was dating the other chick and she was claiming that she was being abused by her. So I mean, what's that? What's that? Oh, we don't remember that, do we? When she was dating the chick and they was having their issues and stuff like that. Okay. So we don't remember that though. Yeah, I guess not. So this is wild out here and highly disrespectful. Let's go here now.
Straight and put her straight hands on her straight man. Yes, I'm talking about Sha'Carri Richardson. I was showing on TikTok today and I seen a man said that Christian Coleman, which is Sha'Carri Richardson's boyfriend, needs to leave Sha'Carri Richardson, his abuser. Now, my thing is this: I don't condone women hitting men. I don't condone men hitting women. I think you should keep your hands to yourself because it can go real bad, all types of bad. Put your hands on me, it's gonna be a problem. Okay. Now, with that being said, what I find funny though is that the women who are condoning this behavior are the same women who will want you to persecute a man if he did it to a woman. I sat and I listened to that panel and I heard the men on there say, well, y'all need to persecute her to the fullest of the law like you would do a man. Because if a man did this, we all know what the consequences really would have been. Even if Sha'Carri would have dropped the charges like Christian Coleman did, and no other investigation would have been pursued,
she wouldn't have dropped the charges. She wouldn't have dropped them.
He still would have got hung and crucified, is what the man said. Honestly, I don't necessarily disagree. I think that women who beat on men help men who actually beat on women perpetuate the standard. Yeah, allow them to be able to keep doing. I think women who beat on men allow men the space to have an excuse and justification for putting their hands on women. So I say all this to say, women, stop putting your goddamn hands on men, and definitely men, stop putting your motherfucking hands on women.
Yo, shout out to that. Definitely like that narrative. Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. And, this is just reality here. Everybody needs to keep their hands to themselves. It's crazy, but it's true. Well, it's not crazy
that a man can put their hands on a woman and it's considered assault or a battery if y'all together a domestic. When the shoes are reversed, people rush to the internet and say, oh, Sha'Carri Richardson shouldn't have been arrested. Mind you, this incident took place last month, July 27th, in Seattle at Tacoma International Airport. You can clearly see clear as day in this video that Sha'Carri Richardson was constantly, forcefully shoving the shit out of this guy. Every time he tried to walk off, she just got right back in his face, being the antagonizer. Making it even worse, you in a public place with CCTVs following you, seeing what's going on. Now, mind you, all this went down because allegedly Coleman took her headphones. So let's make a big ass scene in the airport over some headphones. When they arrested her ass, they booked her on 4th degree assault, and she spent about 18 hours behind bars. Coleman even stated that, man, she shouldn't have got arrested. Why not? If a woman can put their hands on you, they definitely should be able to get arrested. So why is motherfuckers defending this shit? Why is it that a
And that's definitely the truth. You know, equal rights, equal lefts. No. And in most places,
the woman and it's considered assault or battery. If y'all
in most places, you know, the laws are starting to change, and you know, the domestic situation, they're locking both people up, or either they're taking the time to figure out who was really the aggressor. So slowly but surely, they're trying to, you know, move towards the dynamic of, you know, the equality mindset that, you know, women want things like that, and, you know, they can do just as they can do whatever a man can do. So if they're using that narrative that they can do whatever a man can do, then yeah, if they're out here putting their hands on men, then yeah, they get locked up too.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
They get locked up too. And this is just where we at right here. This is a sad situation. You know, I hope both of these individuals get the help that they need, because she needs help and he also needs help mentally. Both of them do. Because to sit there and try to justify some shit like this, dude, as a grown-ass man, you know, it can't be justified. I'm sorry. I just can't. I can't fathom this. I didn't grow up around women like this. I didn't grow up nowhere near women like this. And throughout my life, if I ever met a woman that thought she was going to ever do something that, man, she got dismissed very quickly. I don't give a fuck. You're not finna come around me or my family and endanger us because you can't control your emotions. The women in my family control their emotions very decently. Classy ladies. I don't have to tolerate anything from any woman on this planet. And most of you men out there need to start understanding that too. Stop being googly-eyed for these broads, bruh. You don't have to tolerate shit. And you shouldn't tolerate anything. The first time she talk out the side of her neck, up, bitch, you're gone.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
The first time she talk out the side of her neck. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.